everybody, Gothic Man coming at you here. Hey, I'm sitting out here beside Danielle, 69 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. We're going to tell you what's going to happen with Danielle. Originally, I thought I'd sell her, but thanks to Diana, I don't have to sell her. She made the amazing donation of the iPhone 15 Pro Max phone that's on Gothic Man's Facebook Marketplace for sale. So everybody check that out. So we're going to take and use Danielle. She had a little bit of a transmission issue. Well, I looked it up. Worst case scenario is a brand new transmission is $1,500. Worst case scenario. I got to crawl up underneath there after spending $1,500 buying a brand new one, but that's not what Gothic Man's going to do. He's going to spend $1,500 on the transmission, and this one's getting weak. First thing he's going to do is do the minor things that can go wrong with a hydromatic transmission after sitting, because she has sat in storage for almost 7 years from me, and the guy I got her from, he was well, he died. I got him from the estate as part of cleaning out my pay for cleaning the estate. So he had her since 1995, and the last time he had her on the road was 1999, and she lived a pretty comfortable life, put a lot of miles on her. He was an old man country cruiser kind of fella. When he died, when they found him dead, he was, I believe, 95 years old. So, and he was a avid car collector. He had, when we cleared out his estate, I think there was 37 cars in his backyard. So this is the one that was in his garage, and he'd always start it up and tinker around with it and everything, but over the years sitting, the transmission seems to have gotten a little where it doesn't want to go into gear. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to get some Lucas no slip transmission restorer, run through it. We're going to get a modulator valve. We're going to get all new vacuum lines, because that's how they were connected together back then. There's a vacuum line into a modulator valve that goes into the back of your carburetor, and if you got a vacuum leak, your transmission's going to slip and not want to go into gear. So we haven't even explored that. And one of the things we're definitely going to have to do is going to be a must, a absolute must. We're going to have to drop that pan, and we're going to see if it sparkles. Change the filter, and read what the pan tells us. You know, if there's metal shavings or, you know, clutch material or whatever in the pan, and we'll go from there. And I mean, that's step one. Drop the pan, change the filter, and if there's any shavings or clutch material, we'll just stop right there and think about the rebuild. Proceed to get the rebuild done, because, well, it's nothing more than a version of a 400 turbo, which everybody knows is 480 L80E, and with a funky ass long tail to it. So, which is about that much longer than a normal turbo 400. So we'll be changing that out and getting that done. But yeah, that's phase one. Phase two. Well, what he did do, and I helped him do it, and I argued about him doing it, and now that I own it, and it's out of storage, I'm going to fix what is being stranded waiting to happen. Shorten out your electrical system waiting to happen. You'll see it. He cut off the battery terminals. They were getting a little old. They were the old soft metal ones, and they're getting a little squishy. So he cut them off, and I told him, "You're gonna make your ground short and everything else." Well, his solution was the quick connect boat battery terminals. Well, no. We're going to take and we're going to get a brand new ground and a brand new hot wire and new battery and new terminals and get that sorted out. That's just a simple thing. All that's just step one. We'll get her up and on the road, get her going roadworthy. Change all the fluids, air all the tires up, make sure they're good tire pressure, check all our belts, make sure they're not frayed, anything, all our hoses, anything that's damaged or anything, we'll go through it with there. That's all going to be phase two. Phase one, getting her roadworthy and getting her on, because this motor right here, hey, something. 472 big block, and it's had a pussyfoot life. Okay, a complete cruiser pussyfoot life. 65 miles an hour. This old man, he loved his cars, but he was a cruiser, and he believed in the collector. You'll notice, but we're gonna keep all the original parts, because I think, man, he has accepted the fact that that motor is 54 years old, and he has a heavy lead foot, and it's gonna blow the hell up. It's plain and simple. I accept it, and we're gonna do as much fun as we can with it, because stock, she sits at 365 horsepower stock. That's what paperwork says on everything about this motor, and this car, and all the brochures and pamphlets about this 365 horsepower, high cruising power, roadworthy, highway everywhere. I can vouch for that. It floats down the road. It takes a hot minute to go, boom, but it will get there. So, we get to Sacramento, California, we're gonna find us a good old boy with a hot rod shop. We're gonna weld that rear end together. We gotta get somebody with a welder to weld that rear end together, because I'm betting anything that's 54-year-old gear lube back there. And what Goth Egg Man's about to do to this thing, she needs all the lubrication and the fresh viscosity that she can get. because we're going to send her to the moon. Because once we get her running, we're going to do a little dress up parts, get all that, get the shiny and stuff, but ooh, it's carbureted. Well, Gothic man does not like the reliability of a carbureted car. And Holly, in their fantastic ingeniousness, says, I don't blame you, Gothic man. We got you. Not only do they got me, they got a whole Holly EFI sniper kit with the intake, EFI unit, ECU unit, because we got to give this thing a brain. We are going to the Wizard. Danielle's got to have her brain. That's right, we got to tune that motor up because that old, another step up on there. It's, yeah, you guessed it, coil in points. MSD's gonna come to the rescue there. Put us an HEI in there once we have that ECU put in there. Give her a little bit of a brain, a little bit of a tunability, and that will change the 8 to 14 mile MPG on this. We'll give her a little bit more fuel efficiency, a little bit more horsepower, because once we have that sniper, of course we're going to do this in stages, and we're going to find a track, and we're going to do it slowly so everybody can see. The horsepower is going to be step by step by step. Each and everything will make content of everything and let everybody see what we're doing. And once we get that done, and get an ECU on there, and get an EFI unit, and get it where it's fuel injected, and we're having to put a fuel pump, because it's lock off plate's gonna have to happen, and a more than likely, since I don't want to put fuel cell in there first off, we'll put an inline fuel pump. There's plenty of those in an aftermarket, so we'll add an inline and block off that mechanical fuel pump, and just completely get rid of that prehistoric system. And the only thing that's going to be any problem is the return feed line, and I'm pretty sure that there's a rubber hose somewhere that will feed it in through, because I don't want any metal shavings in the gas tank and dry the tank out. We'll deal with that when we cross that road. But that's all gonna be step 1, step 2, step 3. Once we have those times in, and our original time, our ECU upgrade time with a EFI upgrade. We give her enough fuel. We'll give her a brain. We're gonna need to let her breathe. That means that we're gonna add a turbo to it, and see how much more we can get squeezed out. Hopefully we don't blow up at that point in time. We'll get the turbo kit at either step 3 or step 4, and get that all worked out. Because the whole time we're doing all this, we're going to be buying and selling and doing everything. And one of the things we're getting for Danielle is we're going to go kind of old school country. And everybody has described me as being, Kid Rock podunk. And cause if I ain't nothing. Yeah. So I'm gonna find a half-cut trailer of a pickup from the 1960s, somewhere around the era that she is, trailer, and put a hitch on her, because we're going to work out the transmission so she can pull, because I'm sure we're by the time we're done, we're going to do some race weeks. Plain and simple, God Eggman loves racing. God Eggman loves traveling. God Eggman loves is starting to love telling you folks about everything. So it's kind of my therapy. It makes me feel better. Don't feel as lonely and isolated, and I get everything worked out in my head on what to do next out of this catastrophic mess that I'm in. And it helps me. It helps me a lot. And you folks follow me and liking my videos and watching my videos. That helps me out. The trolls, I've learned to deal with it. I've learned to embrace them. And it's kind of fun. So, yeah. But we're going to bring Danielle back to life and put her into daily use and make daily content with her and make upgrades with her on a regular basis. So everybody subscribe to my channel. Watch me on Facebook, Slithering Serpent and Slithering Serpents. My personal Facebook is going to have some more personal stuff, not about more in-depth, is Goth Eggman. And you can find me on Instagram, Slithering Serpents. You can find me on TikTok, Slithering Serpent 70. You can find me on Threads. You can find me here on YouTube, Slithering Serpent in the Bull Guide. Everybody, follow me everywhere. I'm gonna post different content on different pages, different things, because we're gonna deal with the snakes. We're gonna deal with my everyday life and reveals on everything, and let everybody see what's going on how I build my company and how I rebuild my life after everything that's gone wrong. I've lost my wife, lost my family, lost my business. Then I took a job that was way beneath me, lost that. Tried to start up a business, got kind of outed in this town. Yeah, and I'm stuck out in the country. And I got me a new plan. I'm not gonna boo-hoo and let life defeat me. I'm going to rise up and let y'all see me do it, because I got mad. I threw my bipolar tantrum. It didn't help. I shouted, I screamed. Nobody's here to help me. So guess what? You're gonna have to help me one way or another, because you folks love me, and the more you love me, the more you watch me. I'm gonna have merch coming out. Buy my merch, watch my videos, like my videos, subscribe to all my channels, and I will be here to stay, and I will let y'all see everything that's going on. So, God Eggman is out of here. I'll see you again real soon.